everyone, this is Dragon Veils. I hope y'all are doing well. Welcome back to my channel and another review for Hazbin Hotel, episode 6, Screaming Rain. And oh my god, was this episode a roller coaster. Beware of some spoilers. So the story begins with Vox pulling a narration of where Lilith was trying to bring hell up and then mysteriously disappeared along the same time as the exorcists began. In terms of that, Vox tries to make a proposition to Carmilla, well, more like blackmailing at this point. Seeing that she might not have any options to protect her girls, Carmilla agrees to what Vox is proposing in terms of a holy weapon against heaven. Zestial, after both Vox and Velvet left, leaving Velvet, well, technically having to walk home like a grounded teenager after Vox forced her to apologize, Zestial, after that, appeared to Carmilla and tried to explain that this was a bad idea siding with Vox, knowing full well that this guy wasn't exactly doing it for the benefits of hell or its denizens. But Carmilla felt like she did not want to lose another person again. Zestial leaves but assures her that he might come back once she sees reason. Meanwhile, Charlie and Vaggie are both not talking to each other and just sulking about the situation, and poor Husk gets stuck in the middle of it all. To make matters worse, he quits the bar, leaves the hotel, and then there was a news segment about Carmilla and Vox's alliance with each other. Furious about it, they decide to go there together just for the sake of it. Meanwhile, Husk goes to his old casino where he used to gamble and, well, went back to his old habits, and let me tell you, they were not pretty. And of course, when Charlie and Vaggie finally talked to Carmilla, Carmilla wasn't exactly too keen to listen to what they had to say, even when Charlie was finally stopping her craziness for a moment and tried to talk reasonably in that small moment. But Carmilla started to pull off some good points, though I felt like some of her delivery was a little too far, even going as far as making a mention of how Lilith's beliefs don't matter. Okay, Carmilla, I understand that you're in a really bad spot right now, but don't take it out on Charlie. What happened to heaven and hell was practically beyond her own control at this point. Honestly, I really hate it when everyone is blaming Charlie for all their problems. I mean, yes, there were some things that were stupid on her decisions, but it's not that she isn't incapable. It's not her fault that Adam was an a-hole to begin with. But after the encounter, Charlie finds herself seeing Vaggie having PTSD after Carmilla mentions about Helen's treatment towards each other and Carmilla's skepticism about it. Meanwhile, Husk soon learns that Angel performs at the casino and was in for the biggest shock of his life. After the show, he and Angel have a heart-to-heart talk about the whole thing. While that was going on, Vox enters Valentino's room just in hopes of borrowing Angel again. However, Valentino, being sidelined more than once, finally develops a stone wall on him, and that results in him getting a terrifying look at Vox trying to please Alistair. And of course, I was very surprised at the way that Valentino was handling this. Anyone else finding this scary that this guy is being the voice of reason right now? Anyone? Anyone? Well, things go from bad to worse. But before that would even happen, we definitely see that Charlie and Vaggie make amends along with being introduced to the song Easy. However, that sweetness soon ends when Angel goes over to be bought for the night, unfortunately encountering Vox once again, and we learn a horrifying truth that all this time Angel was being an unwilling spy for the V's, creating a very heartbreaking ending, which made Lucifer being a victim to Vox's schemes, thus ending the episode there. Overall, this was a very great, if not heartbreaking, episode. I feel like season 2 really has screwed Angel over big time, and I feel like he deserves a break in season 3. Just Viv, help this poor spider boy. And of course, this is where it highlights Vox at his worst. I mean, this is probably where he learned his mistakes. Honestly, I thought Baxter was going to be the spy for the hotel at the get-go, but now that we used Angel in this turn, it definitely made some sense that they probably had to be very careful upon doing so. This shows of how capable of a villain Vox really is. I mean, his manipulation is one thing, but his treatment towards Angel was a whole nother level of bad. And to make matters worse, we definitely see that even Valentino's finally getting fed up with Vox's behavior, like the rest of us are at this very moment. And plus, we didn't know at the time of what sort of plan Alistair has, but he better have it pulled off, because this suffering is really getting on our last nerves. And of course, the interactions between Husk and Angel were very sweet, and I do appreciate of how now they toned down Charlie's craziness, and more than likely having her take some accountability for what happened and actually apologizing to Vaggie for everything that had happened up until now. It definitely raises some question in terms of what was going on with Lilith and what could be in store later on down the line. The MVP for this episode would probably be Angel Dust. I know a lot of you are probably being upset about this, but one of the things that make him MVP is the fact that he managed to help Husk with his own emotional spiral, and it was like a nice callback to Loser Baby and the parallels that go with it. And it does feel sweet in terms of the interaction. It's more heartbreaking when you learn about the situation he's been thrust in. And for another MVP, I would say Zestial and Valentino. Hear me out on Valentino here, people. For him, I think the only reason I will put him as MVP is because he's the only V so far that has been the voice of reason to Vox's insanity at this point. I mean, true, Velva was the one who got fed up with this, but Valentina was the one who actually called him out on this from the get-go, at the beginning of season 2. And he is one of the worst of the worst. For Zestial, same reason. While he isn't as awful as Valentino, he was also being the most reasonable overlord in this situation, recognizing the fact that even though he doesn't fully believe in redemption, that Vox's approach to handling heaven is worse than what Charlie pulled off with her hotel. I mean, these are just really sad outcomes right now, and the situation is bad, but that's just how I have to put out there. Love in a Bottle was a really good and catchy song. If many of you have been fans of David Keefe's Friends from the Other Side, from The Princess and the Frog, or any other song, then this is the ideal one for you. You get to hear a lot of the vocal range that David is able to perform, and on top of that, we get to learn more about Husk's character through this song. I mean, when you hear the words about how gin and alcohol doesn't screw him over the same way people does, that definitely hurts 6 ways to Sunday just hearing it. And it just reminds me a lot of a similar imp who also seems to have relationship problems and likes to bury his feelings with food and alcohol. But with Husks, just seeing it happen, like just seeing the actual spiral, is 4 times worse. At this point, even I want to just drag Husk's buddy back to his home just so he could get sober up and actually have someone to talk to, be his therapist for a change.
For her song and pray that she missed you.
Losing Streak was probably the one song where Angel was at his happiest. Period. He was just enjoying himself and singing the song, being flirty without overdoing it. Gotta give Blake Roman the blessings of the fact that he knows how to pull off these notes that give Angel a bit of femininity to him. And I feel like in some ways, this song is directed to none other than Husk, trying to reassure him after Husk's latest crash out and keeping him company in a way that was similar to Loser Baby. Listening to it makes me hope that Angel will finally find comfort and salvation in season 3, please! Easy was a really cute song, and I do like the fact that we get to see a little bit of some chemistry between both Charlie and Vaggie. Both of them seem to struggle a little bit after the aftermath with Screaming Rain, but it does feel like in some ways Vaggie still maintains as Charlie's emotional rock when things get very bad and keep the emotional spiral from getting any further. While with Charlie, she's just acknowledging the consequences through the song while maintaining her love for Vaggie. It's just sweet and elegant and just something that will come into my head every once in a while in terms of very catchy rhythm and beats. Even their dance is just so lovely to see. So, these are just my thoughts, and I'd like to hear yours. What do you think of this episode in general? Do you feel like it's worth noting, or is there another episode that might top it off? Do a like and subscribe. This is Dragon Veos, signing off.